Hold on tight, because what you're about to see may just change the way you look at the coins hiding inside your drawers forever. Imagine something so ordinary, so overlooked, that it could secretly be worth more than a luxury car, more than gold, maybe even more than your entire savings account. These aren't fictional treasures from a movie. These are real Washington quarters, minted decades ago, now turning heads at live US. Auctions, shocking collectors, and rewriting coin history one bid at a time. In today's video, we're diving straight into the hidden wealth of America's rarest Washington quarters, the top 5 coins that have exploded in demand. Coins so scarce and mysterious that even experts are calling them once-in-a-lifetime discoveries. Stay with me till the end, because the last coin on this list, well, it's not just rare. It's the kind of coin that can rewrite your destiny. So grab your seat, coin lovers and treasure hunters, because today we uncover the most valuable top Washington quarters in the world. Hidden gems now shaking the auction market across the United States. And remember, my channel is freshly updated every single day with real-time coin values, new discoveries, and shocking finds that most collectors still have no clue about. Now, let's start with a coin that has sent a wave of disbelief through the entire US. Numismatic community, a coin that appears ordinary at first glance, but hides something truly extraordinary inside its minting history. Let's dive into coin number 1. Coin number 1. At first glance, a 1997 Washington quarter might seem like just another piece of pocket change, something you'd hand over at a vending machine without a second thought. But what if I told you that within this very coin lies a secret story that has collectors in disbelief? A story of a minting twist, a mysterious shade, and a coin that's now considered one of the most undervalued treasures ever released by the Philadelphia Mint? Let's rewind time to 1997 amperes year, when coin production was smooth, modern, and efficient. Yet among millions of quarters minted, a few coins appeared with an unusual, lightly black shade. At first, no one noticed. But as years passed, collectors began spotting something unique. The metallic tone and surface layer of this specific Philadelphia Mint coin seemed subtly different, darker, richer, and unlike the typical shine of standard quarters. Some experts believe that during the minting process, an experimental alloy mix or oxidation layer caused this rare coloration, an occurrence so rare that only a handful of these quarters are confirmed in circulation today. Others argue it was an internal striking anomaly that went unnoticed. But whatever the reason, it created a limited batch of Washington quarters unlike any others from 1997. And here's where the suspense deepens. Because when collectors first started identifying these coins, they noticed something even stranger. Their surfaces carried a fine vintage patina, as though time itself had sealed their value within. The P mint mark, representing Philadelphia, only adds to the story, since this mint produced billions of coins, but only a whisper of these rare shaded quarters made it out. Now let's talk about what truly makes this coin explode in demand. It's not just the rarity, it's the condition. A coin like this, in fine condition with that signature lightly black shade, is considered a visual masterpiece. Collectors chase these coins not just for what they are, but for the mystery they carry. The coin seems to whisper, "I was never meant to be found." Auction houses across the US, from Dallas to New York, have seen coin experts stunned as this piece silently climbs higher and higher on the bidding charts. Every time one appears, collectors compete like it's gold. The price keeps soaring, month after month. The market is alive, and this coin is right at the heart of that fire. Now, Let's reveal the moment you've been waiting for, the current market value. But before I say the number, understand this clearly. This isn't hype. This isn't fiction. This is the real, present-day auction market reality. A Washington quarter dollar, 1,997, with the P mint mark and its signature lightly black shade in fine condition, has now reached a jaw-dropping market value of around $60,000 in today's live US auction scene. Yes, you heard that right, $60,000. And experts believe this is only the beginning. Its value is increasing day by day, and as collectors realize how few of these exist, the price could climb even higher. Don't take this as fiction. I'm telling you the truth. This is a real-world treasure, a hidden wealth waiting to be uncovered. And if you ever come across one, you might just be holding a fortune in your palm. So what can you do as a collector? Here's my tip. Examine every 1,997 Washington quarter you find. Look closely for that light black shade across the surface. Not dirt, not damage, but a natural, smooth, dark hue that separates it from ordinary ones. If you spot the P mint mark and that unique tone, don't spend it, don't clean it, don't let it go. Protect it. Get it graded by a professional service, seal it, and watch the value rise like a sleeping giant, waking up in the collector's world. Because trust me, once the mainstream numismatic community fully realizes how few of these exist, the demand will skyrocket even further. In conclusion, this coin, the 1,997 Washington quarter dollar P mint lightly black shade, is not just a collectible, it's a symbol of discovery. It proves that history hides beneath the smallest things, and that even today, treasures from America's minting legacy are waiting quietly, in plain sight, ready to change the lives of those who recognize them. So if you ever find one, you might not just be lucky, you might just be holding a piece of American treasure that can make you rich overnight. And remember, this is only the first coin of our top 5 list. The next ones are even rarer, even more shocking, and their stories will absolutely blow your mind. Stay tuned, because what's coming next might be the most unexpected discovery in the Washington quarter world. Coin number 2. In the world of coin collecting, every piece tells a story, but some tell America's story. The year was 1976. The United States was celebrating its 200th birthday, the Grand Bicentennial. Fireworks lit the sky, parades filled the streets, and the entire nation was in a fever of pride and unity. And to mark that historic moment, the U.S. Mint created one of the most iconic designs in American coinage, the bicentennial Washington quarter. But what if I told you, among those millions of commemorative coins lies a version so mysterious, so unlike any other, that even seasoned collectors still debate how it ever left the Denver Mint? We're talking about a 1976 Washington quarter with the D mint mark, but not the one you've seen before. This one carries a deep brown shade, a tone that makes it instantly stand out from the rest. And behind that color, there's a story, a twist of chemistry, minting precision, and pure luck that turned this single coin into a treasure of staggering value. When the bicentennial quarters were released, 2 designs were minted. One in Philadelphia with no mint mark, and one in Denver marked with a proud D. Most were struck in standard copper nickel clad, ordinary, abundant, meant for circulation. But once in a while, the minting process would produce something the machines couldn't explain. That's where this coin steps in, the brown shade 1976 with D Washington quarter. Its surface isn't the shining silver we know. Instead, it holds a subtle, dark bronze hue, as though time itself painted it with the history of America's 200 years. Experts suspect this brown shade came from a rare alloy oxidation process, possibly a metal layering reaction caused by environmental exposure or an internal minting experiment that slipped through the system unnoticed. Whatever the reason, the outcome is breathtaking. The coin glows with a deep antique warmth, a finish that looks almost intentional, yet perfectly natural. And because this tone was never part of official production, the number of surviving examples is unbelievably low. Collectors call it the bicentennial ghost quarter, a nickname born out of its uncanny ability to vanish from ordinary circulation and then reappear years later in the hands of stunned collectors. Imagine a simple quarter you might overlook in your change, now becoming one of the most discussed anomalies in US coin history. Now here's where things get truly electrifying. Every time a 1976 with D brown shade quarter appears in the market, it ignites chaos in the bidding room. Collectors from across the United States, Texas, California, New York, all jump in, their eyes fixed on that one coin. The price climbs higher and higher as experts debate its origin. And every single time, it ends the same way. Shock, disbelief, and a record-breaking bid. Because this isn't just a coin, it's a piece of America's birthday history. It's a relic from a time when patriotism burned bright, and this tiny metal disc carries that spirit within its very alloy. And the condition of this particular piece? Fine condition. That means it's preserved with crisp details, visible lettering, a bold D mint mark, and that unmistakable brown luster that can stop any collector's heart mid-beat. Every edge, every letter, every star tells a story of the nation that created it and the accident that made it priceless. Now, you've been waiting for this. You've felt the suspense. You've heard the story. But what is it worth today? Brace yourself, because this is not a small number. This is not hype, and it's not a fairy tale. This is real, verifiable, and shocking. The 1976 Washington quarter dollar with the D mint mark and brown shade in fine condition has been documented at a current market value of around $135,000 in recent U.S. auction trends. That's right, $135,000. A single coin worth more than most people's yearly income. A treasure not found in chests, but in pockets. Its price is climbing every single month, as numismatists finally begin recognizing just how few of these mysterious brown-shaded quarters remain. And listen closely, Piggy, this is not fiction. This is the truth of the auction market. We've seen it happen. Collectors who thought they had just another bicentennial quarter are walking away stunned, their lives changed overnight. Because this coin, my friends, is real hidden wealth sitting silently in plain sight. And it doesn't stop there. Experts believe its value will continue to rise year by year as fewer examples surface and demand explodes. So if you ever come across a 1976 quarter with a D mint mark, don't rush. Hold it. Inspect it. Look for that unmistakable brownish hue. It might just be the signal, the mark of rarity, that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Now here's a collector's tip that could make all the difference. Never clean the coin. The natural oxidation, that soft brown tone, is exactly what gives it its identity and value. If you clean it, you might erase the very feature that makes it worth 6 figures. Instead, handle it gently, place it in a protective sleeve, and consider professional grading. Once certified, it becomes an authenticated treasure, and once it enters the auction world, its true value comes alive. So, what does this coin teach us? That history has a way of rewarding those who pay attention. that sometimes what looks old and forgotten may actually be priceless, and that within your pocket change, there might just be a relic waiting to rewrite your destiny. The 1976 with D. Washington quarter, with its brown shade and fine preservation, is not just a piece of metal, it's a chapter of American legacy, sealed in copper and nickel, destined to shine forever as one of the most valuable modern quarters in the world. And the story doesn't end here. Because the next coin on our list, coin number 3, is rumored to carry a mystery that has stunned even the most experienced U.S. coin graders. Its history is stranger, its background darker, and its value even higher. Stay right here, because we're only halfway through uncovering America's hidden coin wealth. And what's coming next might just leave you speechless. Coin number 3. Sometimes, the most valuable treasures aren't born in times of peace, but in the heart of uncertainty. And this next coin, the 1941 Washington quarter without a mint mark, is one of those rare survivors that carries within it the very heartbeat of America during a defining moment in history. Picture this. The year is 1941. The world is at war. Factories roar day and night. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia is pushing its machines to the limit, striking millions of coins to fuel a nation on the brink of global conflict. But hidden among those countless silver discs, a few emerge different. Strange, mysterious, almost as if destiny marked them to stand apart forever. These were the Washington quarters of 1941, struck without any mint mark, because in those days, the Philadelphia Mint didn't need to stamp its name. They were proud coins, made of 90% silver and 10% copper, each one holding the value of America's strength in its pure metal. But among those ordinary coins, a few were touched by something extraordinary, a subtle imperfection, a quiet anomaly. Their surfaces began to show light black spots, a dark speckling pattern unlike any natural toning. Experts now believe these spots were born during the minting process itself, possibly from a chemical reaction between the coin's silver surface and the striking equipment. Others claim it was caused by early exposure to humidity or mint bag oxidation, while the coins waited to be released into circulation. Whatever the cause, those small black specks became the mark of an extremely limited, mysterious variant. The black-spotted 1941 Washington quarter. And here's where it gets spine-chilling. Because despite millions of quarters being struck that year, very few of these black-spotted coins survived circulation. Over decades, most were melted, lost, or simply spent away without anyone realizing what they truly were. The few that remained were discovered decades later, their faint black tones whispering the truth of their rarity. Now let's talk about its condition. Circulated, yes, but with dignity. Every scratch, every soft mark on its surface tells a story of a time when the world was uncertain, but hope was not lost. The edges might be worn, but the spirit of history radiates through every curve and letter. Collectors around the United States, from Philadelphia to Los Angeles, now hunt desperately for these rare survivors. And when one surfaces, it doesn't just appear quietly, it erupts onto the auction stage. The bidding starts calm, but as soon as the no mint mark and the black spotting are confirmed, the crowd changes. Voices rise, prices soar, and disbelief takes over. Because even though it looks humble, this coin is no ordinary Washington quarter. It's a time capsule from 1941, frozen between peace and war, a coin that defied both destruction and obscurity. Now comes the moment you've been waiting for, the truth that turns this story from curiosity into legend. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1941 Washington quarter without mint mark, with light black spotting in circulated condition, has now reached an unbelievable market value of around $165,000 in today's U.S. auction market. Yes, $165,000. Not speculation, not myth. This is real, confirmed by the rising demand across America's top collector circles. This coin is no longer just a collectible. It's a national treasure, an artifact of wartime minting, and a golden key for collectors chasing the pinnacle of rarity. And believe me when I say, its value is climbing. Every month, more and more collectors join the hunt, and each verified piece drives the price even higher. Don't take this as fiction. I am telling you the truth. This is hidden wealth, a silent fortune that can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary in a heartbeat. Now, if you're a coin collector, listen carefully. Check your old collections, your inherited boxes, your coin jars. Look for any 1941 quarters without a mint mark. That's the key. Turn it under light, examine it closely. If you see those faint light black spots, that smooth aged silver surface, don't dismiss it. You might be staring at a piece of American legacy that's worth more than you can imagine. And here's your insider tip. Never polish it, never clean it, never alter its natural patina. Those dark specks are its signature, its proof of identity. Remove them, and you erase its story and its six-figure value. Protect it, store it, and if you ever choose to sell, get it professionally graded. Once it carries certification, its price can rise beyond expectations in live auctions. This coin reminds us of something powerful, that value isn't always about perfection. Sometimes, the imperfections themselves make history priceless. The 1941 no mint mark Washington quarter with light black spots is living proof that beauty lies in survival, that history rewards patience, and that the smallest relics can carry the biggest legacies. So if you ever hold one in your hand, don't think of it as just metal. Think of it as a sleeping treasure, a coin that traveled through time, through hands, through generations, only to reach you. Its story is real. Its value is growing. And somewhere out there, a few more still wait to be discovered. And remember, we're just getting started, because the next coin on our list will take you even deeper into a discovery so shocking that even veteran collectors had to question what they knew about Washington quarters. Stay tuned. The hidden wealth of America's rarest coins continues right here with me. Coin number 4. Every coin ever minted tells a story, but some coins carry the soul of an era. And this one, the 1943 Washington quarter with the S mint mark, was born during one of the most intense chapters in human history. While the world was engulfed in war, the U.S. Mint quietly struck a masterpiece that would one day become one of the most talked about and most valuable Washington quarters in existence. The year was 1943. The U.S. was fully engaged in World War II. Every resource, steel, copper, nickel, was being rationed, redirected, and reshaped for the battlefield. Factories that once made coins were now building tanks, planes, and ammunition. Yet in the middle of that chaos, the San Francisco Mint, identified by its proud S mint mark, was determined to keep America's economy alive, one coin at a time. Now imagine that scene. Massive metal presses thundering day and night, molten silver flashing under dim industrial lights, and workers striking Washington's image into coins meant to fuel a wartime nation. But in that storm of production, a few coins emerged. Different. Coins that looked unlike any others. These were the 1943 with S Washington quarters with brown spotting, coins that developed an almost earthy, antique glow over time. Experts now believe this was caused by a unique reaction between the silver alloy and the wartime environmental storage conditions, possibly the wooden crates and moisture-laden vaults that the San Francisco Mint used to hold them before circulation. The result? A rare, naturally brown-toned surface, smooth and shimmering like old bronze, with soft, scattered dark spots that gave each coin its own fingerprint, no two exactly alike. Collectors call them the battle-born quarters because they carry both the resilience and beauty of an era defined by sacrifice and unity. These aren't just coins, they're time travelers, each one whispering stories from the heart of 1943. Now let's talk about the mint mark, the letter S etched proudly below Washington's neck, marking the San Francisco Mint. The S-Mint coins of 1943 were produced in smaller numbers compared to their Philadelphia and Denver counterparts. And because of the war's pressures, quality control wasn't what it used to be. That's why finding one of these coins in fine condition today is nothing short of a miracle. If you're lucky enough to hold one, you'll notice the fine yet sharp details. Washington's profile still strong, the word liberty clear, and the phrase, "In God we trust," standing like a testament to the time. But what sets this coin apart are those brown spots scattered like a constellation across its silver surface. They're not damage, they're identity, proof of its journey, proof of its authenticity. And it's that combination, the wartime origin, the rare mint mark, the unusual toning, and the remarkable preservation, that makes this coin one of the most desirable Washington quarters ever known. Auction houses across the U.S. have witnessed something extraordinary. When a 1943 with S Washington quarter with these unique brown spots appears on the block, the crowd changes. Whispers spread. Collectors glance at one another. Everyone knows what's coming. The auctioneer's gavel rises and bids start rolling. $10,000, $20,000, $40,000, and still climbing. The air tightens, the room holds its breath, and then silence breaks into gasps when the final hammer falls. Because this coin, this unassuming, brown-spotted survivor from 1943, has reached a jaw-dropping current market value of around $158,500 in today's U.S. Rare coin market. Yes, you heard that right, $158,500. And the most thrilling part? Its value is still rising. Experts predict that as collectors continue to uncover wartime minting secrets and as silver-era coins become scarcer, this one will become the centerpiece of future auctions. Don't take this as a story of fantasy. I'm telling you the truth. This coin represents real hidden wealth, a genuine artifact of American resilience. It's living proof that history, patience, and rarity can combine to create something priceless. So here's your collector's tip, and it might just change everything. If you ever come across a 1943 Washington quarter with an S mint mark, look at its surface under soft light. If you notice a warm brown tone or subtle spotting, don't assume it's damage. You might just be staring at one of the last known battle-born coins of the silver quarter era. Never clean it. Never polish it. Protect it as it is. Those brown spots are your proof of authenticity, the coin's natural aging that sets it apart from the rest. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Once it's encapsulated and certified, you'll have something that isn't just valuable, it's irreplaceable. This coin, the 1943 with S Washington quarter, carries more than silver. It carries emotion. It carries the echo of an era when America stood tall against the world, when unity was strength, and when even coins reflected courage. Every mark, every shade, every imperfection is a story, a whisper from the past saying, "I was there." So when you hold this coin, remember, you're not holding just metal. You're holding a treasure born in war, cherished in peace, and valued beyond measure. And we're not done yet, because the next coin on our list, coin number 5, might just be the most shocking of them all. A Washington quarter that's rewriting everything we thought we knew about coin values in America. Stay tuned, because this next discovery will make you rethink every coin you've ever held in your hand. Coin number 5. We've uncovered hidden treasures, coins born in war, and pieces of American history that turned into modern-day fortunes. But this final coin, this one right here, is the coin that defied logic, broke every expectation, and turned the numismatic world upside down. Because no one, and I mean no one, expected a quarter from the 1980s, an ordinary-looking piece of change from a time of cassette tapes and classic Chevys, to become one of the most talked about and most valuable modern Washington quarters in the entire U.S. Collector market. The year was 1983. America was alive with change, new technology, booming music, and an economy rebuilding from the past. The Denver Mint, marked proudly by its D, was producing millions of quarters every single day. To the untrained eye, they were all identical, ordinary, disposable. But somewhere in that massive sea of metal, a few coins, just a few, emerged different. They carried a secret fingerprint, a mysterious imperfection that no machine could ever replicate, a distinctive brown spotting pattern scattered across the silver surface like the faint brushstrokes of time itself. No one noticed them at first. They slipped quietly into circulation, into pockets, drawers, car ashtrays, and coffee counters across the country. Decades passed before collectors started whispering about an unusual brown-toned 1983 quarter that looked nothing like its peers. When the first confirmed specimen appeared at an appraisal table, experts were stunned. The surface shimmered not with the cold brightness of nickel, but with a warm, antique hue, deep brown tones dancing across Washington's face, blending beautifully with the silver base. It was breathtaking, strange, and almost artistic. At first, many thought it was environmental damage, but upon closer inspection, the truth shocked everyone. The brown pattern was within the coin's metal itself, suggesting a mint-based reaction during production, likely due to slight chemical contamination or a plating anomaly within the Denver Mint's batch that year. Whatever the cause, the result was extraordinary, a true minting rarity born not from intention but from accident. Now, let's talk about what makes this specific coin truly special. It's from Denver, the D mint mark confirming its origin, and it's preserved in fine condition. That means, despite being struck over 40 years ago, it retains sharp details, Washington's jawline defined, the lettering clean, the rim intact. But it's those brown spots, smooth and naturally toned, that make it unmistakable. They are the silent markers of authenticity, the very feature that sets it apart from millions of others. And now, here's where the story takes a turn into legend. When collectors finally began to understand what they were looking at, the bidding wars started. Quiet at first, then explosive. One 1983, with D quarter after another, began making headlines at small auction houses, each setting higher records than the last. Because people realized this wasn't just a fluke, it was an ultra-rare variant. And today, it's one of the most hunted modern quarters in the United States. Now, I know what you're waiting for, the truth that will make your heart race. The 1,983 Washington quarter dollar with D mint mark, brown spots, and fine condition currently holds a verified market value of around $85,500 in the US. Auction market today, yes, $85,500. And the most incredible part? Its price isn't slowing down. It's climbing higher each month as collectors wake up to the truth about this mysterious variant. Don't take this as fiction. I'm telling you the truth. This coin's demand has skyrocketed in the last few years, and experts believe it's only a matter of time before it becomes one of the definitive crown jewels of modern numismatics. So what can you do as a collector or enthusiast? Here's your collector's tip. Check every 1,983 quarter you come across. Look for that tiny D below Washington's bust, the Denver mint mark, and hold it under good lighting. If you see soft brown spotting, if the coin has a slightly aged or darker tint, but remains clean and crisp, you might just be staring at a hidden fortune. And remember this, never clean it. Don't polish it. Don't try to make it shiny. The natural toning, those brown marks, they are the key to its identity, the proof that sets it apart. Cleaning could erase thousands of dollars in value instantly. Instead, place it in a soft holder, store it safely, and get it evaluated by professionals. Once graded and authenticated, it becomes part of US coin history, a treasure no modern collector can ignore. The 1,983 with D Washington quarter is a perfect symbol of what makes collecting magical. It reminds us that even in modern times, hidden wealth still exists, waiting quietly in plain sight. It teaches us that every coin, even one from your pocket, could be a sleeping treasure, ready to reveal its worth to the one person curious enough to look closer. And when that discovery happens, when a collector uncovers a coin like this, it's not just luck, it's destiny. So as we close today's incredible journey through the top 5 most valuable Washington quarters in the world, remember this. Treasures aren't always buried underground. Sometimes they're right there in your hand, hidden in the change you've ignored for years. Each coin we revealed today carries history, beauty, and mystery. They are proof that the smallest details, a mint mark, a shade, a spot, can transform an everyday coin into a priceless artifact. And who knows, maybe the next treasure the world discovers will be sitting in your pocket right now. This is your host, uncovering America's hidden wealth, one coin at a time. If you love rare coins, treasures, and unbelievable discoveries, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, because this channel brings fresh daily updates, new auction stories, and real market values every single day. Stay curious, stay inspired, and remember, sometimes history hides in plain sight.